Okay, I'm going to attempt to do a video of the removal and disassembly of the firing pin assembly and the extractor or ejector assembly here from the top of the slide. I'm sure all of you that have a Canik TP9 have already field stripped it and cleaned it and taken it to the range and had a good time with it. This is a really good gun. But once you remove the slide and the barrel spring, I really don't think there's a whole lot you'd want to do with the insides of this thing, except for give it a detailed cleaning, which I'm going to do that here in a little while. But first I wanted to show you how to simply remove the firing pin assembly and the extractor ejector assembly here so that you can clean and make sure your gun's running like it should. So again, this is the Canik TP9, and I really like this gun. It seems to function well for me. You don't have to take the ejector assembly out first. You can do that last, or you can do it first if you want to, but the video I watched on the Walther P99 showed to remove the firing pin assembly first, so that's what I did on this gun. So in order to do that, what you'll do is you'll kind of hang on to the decocker, because it's going to want to pop out once you remove this plate, this retention plate here that holds the firing pin assembly in. And in order to remove it, all you've got to do is push on this little detent here, and basically you're just pushing on the firing pin spring assembly when you push this little square here. So there's not a whole lot to it. I'll try to do it where you can see me doing this here. Once you push in on that assembly, as you can see, basically this little retainer piece comes right out. Your firing pin, at least on mine, the assembly didn't fly out, so that's a good thing. You know, those of you that have chased springs around the room, that's never any fun, so hopefully we won't have to do that with this one. But in order to remove the firing pin assembly, just get a little pick or any kind of device to reach in there. I'm getting old, so I can't see like I used to be able to. So basically it just comes right out. Now, as you saw, the decocker just fell out. You should keep your hand on it. I forgot to. But the decocker and the decocker springs, they're, you know, just sitting right there. They pop right out. Your firing pin assembly, I've already cleaned this and put it back in a couple of times for this video just so that I can sort of be prepared for it. But I don't know how much of this is metal. That seems to be plastic. Of course, the firing pin is metal. The firing pin post and spring. But that's really all there is to that part of the disassembly. Now, to remove the ejector assembly, it's pretty simple. There's just one detent pin right here. Once you push this pin, the arm's going to come out. There's a spring behind the arm, like there is on every weapon that has an ejector on it. And this, I believe, is the slide lock or the slide stop. It's going to pop up also. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to push down on this little detent right here. What's going to happen is the arm spring is going to push it out a little bit, and then you can remove your pick or your pin or your Allen wrench or whatever you use. Then you'll see where the slide retainer pops out. Now, the slide retainer's got this little ear on it that goes to the right hand side of the slide. Underneath it, of course, has got the spring that goes with it. Now, all the springs on this weapon, they are designed where they're conical. I believe I just got done putting this in backwards on the last reassembly. But, you know, all your springs they need to be kind of like a volcano of sorts. The smaller at the top, or the top of the pin, or the top of the post. That's generally how they work on this gun. So once you remove these, the arm will pop out, no problem. And as you saw that spring fly through the air and land in the gun, there's the spring and the detent pin that retains the ejector arm. Of course, behind that, you've got the ejector spring, and it's also, you know, kind of conical. The smaller end should be at the top. But I've already kind of been messing with this and cleaning it up and getting some oil in there so it'll run good next time I take it out. But to disassemble or to reassemble this, of course, you're going to want to pop your spring back in. Make sure it's in the right spot. Your arm spring. Then what you'll do is you go ahead and take that little detent in the spring and just let it fall right back where it came from. Just push it right back down in the hole. Make sure there's spring tension. You've got your spring lined up. Then you're going to take your arm, ejector arm. As you can see on the ejector, it's got a little spot here for the spring. So you'll want to make sure that's right back over the spring. And just hold it for a minute. Okay. Now you can push on that detent. When you push on that detent, that arm will slowly slide in place. I'm going to bring your arm back. Now you can put your slide catch back in with this little ear to the right hand side or the outside of the slide. Now, what you're going to notice is you're going to have to move the ejector arm back out just a little bit in order for that to seat. Once you do that, then you can push the ejector arm in and it'll lock in place. So basically you got your detent locked, your slide catch locked. Check the functionality of the ejector or extractor, I'm sorry. Everything appears to be back in order. So in reassembling the firing pin assembly, first you're going to put your decocker back in. Make sure the springs are seated in the little seats. Keep your hand on it. Take your firing pin assembly. Of course, it's been oiled. Push it back in while you're putting a little bit of pressure on the decocker. The decocker will let you know when it's in the right spot, or at least when the firing pin assembly is in the right spot. It'll allow you to push it forward. So once you've done that, the decocker's safe. You can take the retaining plate, set it back in place. Take your screwdriver, whatever tool you want to use, put that retainer plate back in, and it locks in place. So now everything's back in order. We should be able to simply put the barrel back in. Barrel spring back in. And reassemble the weapon. This is a great gun. I really recommend anybody purchasing one of these to go on and get it as soon as you can. Prices are going to go up on these. I didn't buy any extra mags. It comes with 2 mech gar mags. So these are really nice mags that it comes with. They're made for the TP9, and this thing's awesome. It's an excellent pistol. I'd recommend it to anybody. Thanks for watching.